Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So good morning. Memorial weekend is over, and now we are ready to move forward, and Bitcoin is certainly moving forward. Bitcoin bulls are back in charge, but for good, and many altcoins are following, such as Cardano. Big move. And I have several news about other things I want to share. So let's get started. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media, check out CryptosRUs.com, and follow the brand new CryptosRUs Clips channel. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Obviously, yesterday I did stream, but I didn't have a morning stream or night stream because I needed some time off. But back to normal schedule now. And you can see Bitcoin is still holding at 31.7 this weekend. This weekend and yesterday, we had a pretty good movement for Bitcoin, which actually broke it out of its existing channel that it has been stuck within for weeks. So now we're holding a little bit above 31.7, and we're seeing some movement with altcoins as well. And remember, we talked about decoupling in the negative direction last week. Are we going to get decoupling in the positive direction this week? Because right now, U.S. market is looking red. The Dow is looking like it wants to start out in negative 200 territory. NASDAQ being down slightly as well. There are some geopolitical stuff I got to talk about, but are we decoupling now in the right direction because the Bitcoin bulls are back, right? Maybe. I saw Coin Bureau tweeted this, and I thought this was hilarious, so I have to share it. The fastest things on Earth: a cheetah, airplane, speed of light, change of sentiment in the crypto market. This is good because it does seem like the sentiment changes from one day to another very quickly, just based on little price movements. But that is what it's feeling like right now. The sentiment feels much better, even though we're still just around the same price range. But with that said, it's mostly because we need some kind of relief, right? It's been 9 straight down weeks for Bitcoin. 9 straight. Something that we have never, ever seen in Bitcoin's history. So having any kind of relief right now feels so good. And this could be the start of that relief and could be the start of the full-on reversal that we've been waiting for quite some time. And that 25K shows to be the bottom, right? So I got a lot of metrics and charts to show you guys about that. But before I get to that, I did want to talk about oil. There just seemed to be a lot of oil news. EU leaders agreed to ban most Russian crude imports, which means if you are in Europe, be prepared because gasoline prices are going to skyrocket even more. In the U.S., we're already complaining about $5 plus gallon gas, which could go up to $6 or $7, which to us is already insane. But if you're in Europe, I've been hearing it's already at $8, $9, $10, and it could go up even higher because they are agreeing to basically ban Russian oil, right? And I don't know where that's going to come from, if they're going to rely more on nuclear or U.S. is going to ship or the Saudis go to ship more, whatever. But Moscow says, I don't care. We'll find other buyers, okay? We don't need you. Well, that's hard to do. There's only so many countries on this planet, but in the U.S. we'll be affected by this too, I think. So be prepared. Gas prices are going to skyrocket. Okay, more than it has in the past. And as for inflation, of course, it adds to inflation. But President Biden and Powell, they're going to get together and speak about it, even though Biden made very clear that he is not going to influence Powell in any way. He assures Americans he's not going to influence Powell, but I don't know if that's true. Then what's the point of talking about it then, right? Like, probably slight pointers, and I don't know, but that is set to happen this afternoon. There's not going to be any press conference as far as I know, so this should not be spooking markets or anything like that. But inflation, of course, is still real, and we are still tackling that, and we'll see what happens. All right, now as for Bitcoin and crypto, well, right now it does seem like the bulls want to charge back. And here's one big bull, the third largest Bitcoin address. This individual continues to buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy, and now has $4 billion worth of Bitcoin, right? So it shows you that, there's still a lot of big whales that's buying. They have never stopped buying. Okay, it doesn't matter if Bitcoin dips down. They will continue to buy because they're in it for a long haul, like most holders, right? So there are a lot of bulls that continue to buy regardless of the price action. And speaking of buying, right now we have about $25 billion worth of stablecoins on the exchanges that have not been used yet. Okay, 25 billion. This is mostly from retail people that are kind of still on the sidelines, don't know if this is the right time to enter because they're always trying to time the bottom or wait for confirmation that 25K was bottom, or and then they tend to wait until things are full-blown recovery, right? But it does show that there are $25 billion worth of stablecoins is waiting to come back. And when sentiment changes from bullish or from bearish to bullish, that is when they will come back in full force, and you're going to see massive buying of probably altcoins, because Bitcoin buying is still going to be, happening with the holders and stuff. But that's when you'll truly see the altcoins come back, which have been decimated by a lot of panic selling within the last few months. So got a lot of money waiting to come back in. Here's one person I saw on Twitter post about the Wyckoff reaccumulation. Okay, and if you're looking at the Wyckoff pattern on top and where we are, actually kind of expected that Bitcoin was supposed to go down in the spring, and afterwards it goes back up. And what is the Wyckoff accumulation or reaccumulation? This is what Wall Street does, or some big whales. This is what they do to fake people out, to drive people away, to bring sentiment down so low so they can buy cheap. That's the whole point of Wyckoff, right? There's names for these kind of patterns because Wall Street has been around for a very, very, very long time, and a lot of traders have figured out ways to manipulate the market very efficiently, and this is one of them. So if you look at it too, it's kind of similar, very, very similar, in fact, right? So are we going to be following the Wyckoff accumulation, and you go see the large whales start pumping up the price, starting with us going back to 68,000 and then moving on from there? Well, it could be right around the corner. And there's also many other charts about consolidation, right? Capitulation periods during previous corrections, previous huge corrections. And you can see after you have a big sell-off signal, right, where that's like capitulation, and then you have a period of consolidation, then you have a bull run. So do we have that already? Well, you can make the argument, yeah, we did. So we're getting ready for the second phase of this bull run. So there's a lot of good stuff. That's a lot of good stuff happening, okay? And I'm going to share more with you guys. But right now, what it comes down to is this. Bitcoin is strong, okay? I've told you guys that it's strong. It will get through anything. And as I'm streaming right now, it's looking like it wants to break 32,000. Again, if we were going to chart what has happened over the last few weeks, it's pretty obvious that there were certain periods or this channel that we just couldn't break out of, right? Like, for example, like right here, and then let's draw another one, and down here, right? Oh, it's 8:30. Market bell. Best market bell in the industry. But yeah, I mean, you could clearly see that we were stuck between here for many, 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 many weeks. Now we broke above, right? We're heading higher. So next stop, going back to the 30, 36 over here, maybe 36, 34, 36, two resistances, supports, and the next stop would be 38, right? Can we see that in the future? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it. And we have a lot of other movers, let's just say. So starting with Ethereum. Ethereum is about to finally do the final merge for their testnet. And this is going to happen June 8th. Okay, yeah, June 8th, around there. So what this means is, if successful, Ethereum is ready. It's ready to finally merge the beacon chain and the existing chain and become Ethereum 2.0 in August. Okay, so this will be a big, monumental thing for Ethereum. The biggest upgrade we have seen in its lifetime. Okay, moving from proof of work to proof of stake, and then they will be ready to figure out how to scale it. So this is coming up. So in about a week or so, they will do the final merge for their testnet, and if successful, we will get Ethereum 2.0 in the near futures. Okay, so big thing. Big thing. All right, so we have Ethereum news. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we have Cardano news. Cardano is up in a big way. Started from, I would say, two days ago. But I believe mostly because, number one, it was very oversold, and number two is because there's a project that has now enabled a bridge between Cardano and Ethereum, catering for USDC and other stablecoins. Right? No, it's just USDC for now, but other stablecoins meaning DJED. But this is a big thing. Cardano still doesn't have a very big, robust DeFi ecosystem. You have a few swaps, but not nearly as big as, of course, Ethereum or some of the other players in the game. But this does bring more liquidity, and I think a lot of people are very excited about this. So Cardano is moving in a big way up 20%. Yeah, 19% today. And they are at number 6. They have flipped above XRP. I didn't even notice that. They are well above XRP now, right behind BNB. There's a big gap between BNB and Cardano, right? 5 and 6 is a huge gap. So I don't anticipate Cardano or anyone flipping above BNB anytime soon. But can it happen? Sure it can happen, right? So big news on Cardano. Speaking of BNB, big news as well. Binance Chain, right? There used to be 2 chains combined. Now they're getting ready to move it to the next stage. Okay, so they released a year-long technical roadmap, which will basically show what this new chain is all about. There's going to be new standards. It's going to be new, more decentralized. It's going to be faster, right? And basically, they're getting ready to be, a real serious contender, ready to compete with Ethereum and everyone else. The very first iteration was good, but this next one is supposed to be much, much better. So don't sleep on Binance Chain either, or BNB overall, because Binance is just absolutely juggernaut. And speaking of Binance, those of you guys that's been waiting, okay, they have started airdropping the new Luna token. Okay, some of you guys have been waiting for this. On other exchanges, it already happened, but Binance today started dropping the Luna tokens that people are waiting for. And to my surprise, I thought with this being airdropped that Terra would have actually do a big dump, but instead the opposite happened. Terra actually started pumping, and now the funny thing is the new Terra is worth $2 billion in market cap. Okay, and to put that into perspective, $2 billion market cap is actually at like number 33. It would be above ApeCoin and right below VeChain. So this new Terra is actually a pretty sizable project as it stands right now, with really nothing going on. There's like all these dApp makers that supposedly moved over. I don't hear anything about them. But I did also see this, that Terra did tweet out that some people that were getting airdropped got less than expected, so they're still working on a solution. So if you got your airdrop and you thought it was too low, you may get some more airdrop in the future. So I don't know how they messed that up, but supposedly some people got gypped, and they're going to try to fix it. But yeah, so that happened today. And also, lastly, this was already mentioned, but I want to mention again. Shiba Inu's founder, Ryoshi, deleted all of his social media posts. Steps down from the community. All of a sudden, no reason whatsoever. He did state before that he was going to leave, and I guess he decided to. Whether or not he's going to get into a new project, there's a lot of rumors about him starting another project that may even compete with SHIB, or he's just stepping away. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he did seem to leave. But it doesn't seem to have affected SHIB's price. Maybe slightly. It's down slightly, but maybe. But all right, that's pretty much it. Overall, today is a pretty good day. You have good movers. You have some green, mostly green, right? And we're starting off the week pretty good. And this is pretty amazing right now. We're getting that reverse decoupling because NASDAQ and Dow and S&P starting off the day very red. Dow is already negative 400. S&P down 37. NASDAQ down 65, right? And Bitcoin is still holding. It was just about to break 32, but it still can. And we're seeing that reverse decoupling today, which is really, really good. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. All right, I'm scrolling up. Let me see if I miss anything. There's name Shiba Inus. By the way, friendly PSA, don't forget to take profits every now and then after pumps like this, or you might lose them again. Well, I think that's a good reminder. Just basically taking profits overall when you can and having cash on the side. I think the most important thing about taking profits and locking in the gains is to have cash on the side so that you can rebuy back in or buy things low when opportunities present themselves, right? So, 80 Chapman says, Fed has to be very careful. I would say so. They don't want to disrupt. Even though Powell says he doesn't care about the markets, other people do. And that is why when you have a story like this, yeah, even though Biden says he's not going to influence Powell, Biden's probably going to tell him, hey, you need to watch out. You can't put the economy in recession, and that starts with the businesses. You can't crash the stock market too much, right? So there's a lot of stuff they have to weigh. It's not an easy task by any means, but yeah. Let's see. Would you own Rover Defender? I think they're nice cars. I'm not particularly a big fan of Defenders. I like the regular Range Rovers, especially the new one that's coming out, the 2023 one. It looks amazing. Let's see. Gas to $9. Hopefully that never happens. EV cars are getting very, very, very popular, but you can't find them. That's the thing. You can't find them. Cardano, the next RP. I don't even know what that means. Is SHIB doomed? No, SHIB is doing just fine. Ryoshi, even though he created it, he's not the main developer. There's many people that's supporting SHIB right now. So if it was doomed, it would be it would be selling off right now, but it's not. So just because he left, I think I'm speculating, but I think he left because he wants to concentrate on something else. I don't know, just me speculating. Did you see the EV Back to the Future DeLorean? No, I have not. I've been trying to get a DeLorean Lego set, but it's been out for a while. Um, Nick asks, I DCA'd on recent dip in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol near. After what percent do you take some profits? There's no right or wrong answer to that. You could take it after 10%, 20%, 50%. In a bull market, a full blown bull market, some of these guys go up like 100% in a couple weeks, right? So back then you could have said, okay, every 50% or 100%, I can take some profit. Right now, you could be a lot more conservative and do it, even at 10%, 15%, 20%, take a little out. It's really up to you. Johnny, I hold on until I at least double in profit. Yeah, normally I would say you wait until it doubles 100% so you could take out your original investment. Then you're playing with house money, right? But right now we're not seeing, those kind of gains. Not for a while at least. Am I too old for Lego? No. You're only as old as you say you are, or old as you think you are. So, no. What do you think about ADA? I like ADA, but you're probably asking that because it pumped up 20%. You don't want to FOMO in something after it goes up 20%. You should have bought Cardano 2 days ago, 3 days ago, before it pumped up, right? But I like Cardano, and if you want to learn more, definitely do some research. Why are people waiting for 3 years or bear market? Why? So you could accumulate. Bear markets could last for a while. Corrections could last for a while. A lot of stuff that's happening right now we haven't seen we've never seen for Bitcoin. So you don't want to wait until things are back in full blown ups, swing upwards towards all-time high. You want to buy when things are low. That's when you accumulate. Any hopes for Terra Classic? I don't know. There's people that's holding on to it, but I don't know if the team is going to do anything. I think the team is not supporting it. So if they're not going to be supporting it, then it's probably not going to be going anywhere. I mean, but who knows? Maybe they announce something and they're going to implement burning or something. I don't know. Do I collect basketball shoes? Yes, I do. I just started, mostly just all Jordans. I don't really collect the really high end stuff. Just stuff that I like, that stuff that I may wear in the future. Do I have any Pokemon cards? No, I did not. I do not have any Pokemon cards. It's too late. I feel like it's too late for me to get into that. Man, U.S. markets is tanking right now. Apple's new iPhone and iPad software will reportedly add a lot of big changes. All these big changes are just copies from Android Auto, or Android, Google Android. Do I collect watches? I have a few nice ones, but nothing crazy. Not like the crazy ones. But I bought a couple of Rolexes last year. Can you thoughts on Avalanche? I like Avalanche. Avalanche sold off way more than it should have, so I'm glad to see it. It came up a little bit, but it's still very oversold compared to some of its peers. So I like Avalanche. What's wrong with Ben Simmons? Is he a bum? Yes, he is a bum. I don't think he'll ever do well in the NBA. It's all mental. It's all mental. It has nothing to do with anything. It's not physical. It's not his back. It's mental. He's afraid to play. That's how bad it's gotten. He's afraid to play. Get some Iversons. I didn't even know he had his own shoes. Not like right now, right? He's way too old to have his own shoes right now. Clayton, I never got into Clayton. I thought they were too overhyped, but now I'm starting to see more projects talk about Clayton and move to them. They're a South Korean project too, but I'm not so sure about them. I need to do more research honestly about Clayton. I don't know too much about them, but I know they're L1 also. Monero is going to be playing Pac-Man with the top 25 during a bear market. I don't even know what that means. How do we get Cardano to hit $10 quickly? Keep buying. That's how you get it to get to $10 quickly. Are you also going to discuss XRP? There's not much to discuss XRP right now. The last thing I saw was the case with the SEC. SEC looks pretty silly, not giving emails that were supposed to be given to XRP, or a Ripple, I should say. So that was pretty good for XRP, but XRP is probably not going to go anywhere until that SEC lawsuit is settled. So you better strap on and buckle up for a while. Do you follow any real football teams? No. I've never got into soccer, not one bit. Are you going to have an ADA pool? I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get this company to kind of set it up for me, but they've been dragging their feet, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm still trying to get something going. Any news about W Luna? No. Basically, you're screwed. You're not. No exchange that had W Luna is going to give anything for it. So basically, you're screwed. Even if you got the new airdrop, it's not like it saved you, but it's something. But if W Luna, nothing. IMO, I think you're spreading FUD there. Stop it. Skywalker. Hi, George. When we see a pullback in BTC, do you think we could see 20, 30K range? No, I don't think so. Is it possible? Sure. But do I believe that another big pullback is going to pull us to 20 or 30, 23K? My answer is no. I heard you talking about Solana. What's your opinion? Yes, I do. Jan, stop tweeting the same thing. Stop typing the same thing. I don't know. Stop typing it. It gets me very irritated to see the same person type the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I saw what you typed. I purposely ignored you, and I'm going to keep ignoring you if you keep doing the same thing. All right. But as for Solana, I mean, Solana still has a lot of issues. Like, they had their time off by 30 minutes on the entire network. That is a big no-no. That's almost as bad as having the network being down. So they have their issues, but they are one of the big caps and still very well supported by a lot of people and a lot of VCs. So I think they're still a good project worth holding on to. WRX, a good car? No longer a good car, in my opinion. Subaru just needs to stop that WRX. No one's buying that car. Or just turn into EV. Come out the EV WRX and people will like it. I bought 1,000 Ape at 756. Your thoughts? Good for you. I don't know what you want me to say to that. that was a big mistake. No, I'm not going to say that. But hey, I think Ape has a future, but in the near term, I don't know if it's going to do well or not. Yuga Labs seems to be very mum or quiet about their other side metaverse right now. If they release more details about it, and in-game purchases have to be done with ApeCoin, which I think that's going to be the case. I think that's going to drive adoption and the price upwards. But if they're going to come out and say, "Well, no, you could buy stuff with ETH and Ape," that's not going to be good. That's what happened with the NFT drops. The secondary market for other side on OpenSea. People thought you could only use Ape to buy those NFTs. But no, they said, oh, you could use Ape or ETH. And that kind of just destroyed the momentum. So hopefully with the other side metaverse, they're just going to use ApeCoin and not ETH. Hopefully. Do I still have ETH, UST on Anchor? No. I pulled out a while ago. There's no point to trying to collect that 18% on something that dropped 99.99% is not going to recover. It's not going to help. So there's no point in that. Do you collect blue dog prints? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Unfortunately, Bitcoin dipped a little bit, 31.4, and that's because the U.S. market is just tanking right now. But it is still strong. We're above this 30,800. The bulls does seem to be back with Memorial Weekend, with a long weekend. Let's see if it can continue the decoupling from the U.S. markets, right? But we have a lot of good movers today, so that's always positive. But like I've been showing you guys, there's a lot of fundamental stuff, models, metrics, indicators. They'll all pinpoint that Bitcoin is on a path forward and upwards. And we just have to be patient and let it come. Don't rush things. Just let it come. Let the gains come to you, right? All right, guys, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tonight, same time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? And make sure you check out the Clips channel for more content. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.